Okay. Okay, we're recording. So, what we're going to do today is a practice exam. I'm just going to go through it. What you have on your real exam is 20 questions. I just checked it myself. Oh, what's going on here? Oh, we're going to have to not talk about that right now. Sorry. So, anyways, but on the practice, there's only 34. So, what's going to happen, and this, if I don't know if you've ever had an algebra class here with us, but generally what they do is 2 questions on the practice for every 1 question on the actual exam. But we only have 34, which means there's a lot of these multiple choice questions that do not duplicate really well. And so what you see here, I'm going to guess, is going to be the same as what you're going to see on the exam, most likely. I went and looked through the actual exam just a few seconds ago, and I got it in the brain. And so when I see something, I'm going to go, aha, yes. Or sometimes I'm going to be like, maybe. Okay? So that's what I'm going to try to be doing while I go through this. But I'm going to say 99% of this is going to be like, yeah, like this one. I already know. Yeah, that's awesome on there. So the exam, it's 2 hours long. You go down to the advanced math lab to take it. That's down the other hallway, room 144, 145, that kind of thing. You walk in and say, I need to take a test. And they're going to say, shh. And then you're going to say, I'm here to take a test. And they're like, okay, over here. Yeah, I was trying to make it a joke. Yeah. Hey, thank you. So you take the test. They have the password. And again, you got 2 hours to take it. Okay. StatCrunch is required. I went and looked at it just now. We're going to see it today. Is required. Okay. And I'm going to promise here, I'm recording. If something blows up, if something says, oh no, it's not working, or something weird happens, it starts loading forever and all that junk. Step 1, call someone over and say, hey, I need help. Okay. But if they can't help you and they're like, I don't know, or like, well, just do it without StatCrunch or something stupid, because they're not supposed to say that. But if they do say something stupid like that, like, oh no, you could do it without StatCrunch, that's a lie. And there's this X button at the top corner, and you click it and you walk out, okay? And then you talk to me, and then I'll reset it. I'm saying on the recording, you cannot finish this test without StatCrunch. You feel me? I will not have you fail this test because of a computer issue. Okay? That's ridiculous. I would never have that happen to you. Okay? What's up? No, you have to use theirs. You could, if you're really like, because you've been there a few times, I'm guessing. Their computers are not always the best. If you request specifically a laptop, they might be okay with that, because we have a bunch of laptops that we use here, and they're working now. If you remember that day it wasn't, it is now working. Okay, so that is an option. Just hold that in your back, back reserved, I guess you can say. Any other particular? And the note card. So you have a 3x5 note card, front and back, and you can write on it. You can type it if you want. I would recommend definitions like these: parameter and statistic, population and sample. Those are awesome. Here, let me show you some other definitions. We're gonna start doing this here in a second. Look, see how it's coming up again? Super important. Okay. Nominal interval ratio ordinal. Those are awesome. Definitely have some definitions and put them in your own words, right? Something that you can remember when you're on the test. Because, like, I can say something and I'm going to write down my definitions, but it's up to you as well. You feeling me? Okay. Any questions so far? Yeah. Do you have your? They have some down in the math lab if you need some, or just supply your own, I suppose. Yeah. And I've seen people take pieces of paper and they cut out 3" by 5" So yeah, it doesn't have to be a note card, I guess. Hello. Cool. Any other questions before we get started? So I'm planning on doing this today, and we might finish, we might not. I would love to continue doing this at least a little bit on Wednesday or Thursday. Sorry. So yeah, you're good. 20 questions. That's correct. Yep, 2 hours, 20 questions. And so yeah, I want to do some of this on Thursday. What I'm going to do more so on Thursday is ask y'all what you want me to do. Okay, if I haven't finished. So I'm not worried about it. We can take our time. We're not rushed or nothing. I just want to do it right. You know what I mean? So let me get a little bit of paper. I guess I say paper. It's just whatever I have up here. And I'm going to write down a couple definitions in CHAD language. as we go. Again, you do your own thing, but like this is at least a guide as to what I would be doing. Let me get rid of this silly thing here too because it's gonna be way too big. Okay, that's better. Okay, so cool. And again, you have any questions along the way, you tell me. And yeah, here we go. So population parameter, population parameter, and then sample statistics. So population is everyone. So every, each, all. Hello. And there's like these keywords, every, each, all, that you'll see. Sample is a subset, or maybe you would see like some. But from those, so we're reviewing, by the way, for the exam. So from those, population, you would get a parameter, or vice versa. And the same with a sample, you would have a statistic. So blah, 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 they're going to say, here's some math, okay? Well, you're just judging if it's everybody or somebody, right? And you got either P and P, or you got S and S, okay? So that's the only options, really. So for this one, it says, during the election, 18% of the governors of all, all, right, of the areas were female. Do you see that all? It's a key word, right? So would that be population or sample? Population. So, okay, we're looking for population parameter, like together. So parameter, population. See how they're kind of tied together? And you can see there's parameter and sample. Nope. Or you could say population and statistic. Nope. See how it's P with P, S with S. So, boom. What you just did, you got 1/20th of your exam done by literally just clicking, okay? Yeah. Mostly. So, yeah, let's talk about that. There's a difference between the homework and exams. On the homework, they always do one by one. It's very annoying. And I'm going to scroll ahead to one that's kind of like what you're saying. See how there's multiple parts of this one? But I know it's huge. Just hang out with me, okay? Hang on. See you later. So, I know that it looks like a lot, but it's all available to you right now. So let's just say that you know some of them. You can like click this. You're like, I want to skip that for now. Oh yeah, I remember this one. Click here, click there, click this. You can get a lot of it done without even doing math. And that's what I would suggest when you're like needing the time, if that makes sense. Come back and do the hard math later. Yeah. But you're right. There is multiple parts on some of these, but at least it shows you all at once, and that's a good thing. Cool. I know it's like, yes, that is no longer the case. Right. Exactly. Oh, I know. Yep. Go back to it. Yep. Very good. Yes, and you can go back to it. That's the key. You can come back to this later. Very good. These are good questions. I'm just, yeah. 20 questions. Yep. 20 questions. Yes. Yes, that's all. Well, some are exactly. That's exactly right. Some are like this one, right? And here's another one, and here's another one, and here's another one, and here's another one. You could see that like mostly a good chunk of them are just multiple choice, even at the end there. Yeah, correct. You can skip around as much as you like, just like you see me do here. Yep, very good. Those are great questions. So it's a trade-off, right? It's hard because these are great, they're fast, but then there's some that are going to take a long time. So that's the balance there, I think, is that try to get a lot of these done that you know. That's what my personal thing. I would say multiple choice, get it done now, and you can maybe even pass the test with just that. We'll see. 2 hours, 2 hours, 20 questions. Yep. So there's a strategy. Oh, well, there's 40 on the practice. See, like here. Oh, yeah, no, that would be too much for sure. Two. Yep, you got it. That's right. Cool. So there's a strategy. Here's one other idea. Notice that I pull up the practice exam, and so you can pull this up yourself at any time, and you can try it again, try it again, try it again, right? So practice with yourself. If you can do 34 questions in like 3 hours, then you're pretty good at doing 20 at 2 hours. You know what I mean? That's my thoughts there. So, yeah, go ahead. You're fine. Yes, 3 by 5. Correct. Front and back. And you can type it if you want. If you want it to type it, make it smaller. A lot of options. Or you can write it. Yep. I know it's a lot, but here I would say the definitions that you need are the ones we're going to see here. So like what I'm writing down on the side here, this is the good stuff. So another one, but see, it's the same thing, right? Population parameter, sample statistic. So average grade on midterm exam in a certain math class of 50 students was an 88. So an average grade on the midterm in a certain math class of 50 students. Is that like of the 50 students in the class? So is that everybody? No? You think it's a sample? So this is the perfect opportunity to, we're just checking ourselves, right? So if you say it's a sample, then we're going to use statistic, right? Sample statistic, sample statistic. And it says, because of this sample, I like that so far. Here's another one. Because the data set of all 50 is the population, of all the 50 is a sample, the data set of a sample of math examined. You like D? Of all the 50 exams is a population. Oh, D, I'm sorry, I didn't see it. You're right. Statistic, data set, sample. Oh, so I don't like D because see how it has population? And we want the same thing. Yeah, sample statistic. So let's say I don't know what the answer is to this one. And I'm going to show you what I'm going to do. This is what you can do even at the house or wherever. You can submit it right now. What? And I'm serious. This is what happens. You're going to totally get everything wrong, and that's fine. It doesn't matter. This is not a real grade. This is not for a grade, right? It's just practice. But at any moment, you could submit and see where you are and what you're doing, right? You're like, okay, I did not get that one right. So let's see what they have. That way I'm ready for the test. And so they say, no, it's because it's meaning like the 50 students in the class, like all 50 students. And I didn't catch that. I didn't catch that personally. Exactly right. So this is why I'm using the practice to remind myself. It will be tricky. Yes, I I completely agree. This is also why you write, like, you can write some stuff down on the scrap paper. Don't go excessively. I mean, I can see what you're doing here, but maybe you say like, oh, I thought number two, I thought it was everything, or I thought it was a sample because it didn't say the word all. Move on. And you can fight with me and say, hey, Chad, on number two, it says right here. And I'm like, oh, you're right. You're right. And we could talk about it, okay? And to add partial credit. Okay, so I did not get that one right. That's okay. Cool. So here's some other ideas. I've already submitted this. You can move on and see all of the other ones. You can see the answers immediately, okay? So that's cool. That's an idea. Now you can kind of just look at it. You can also close that, start it over. So let's go back to the practice. Yeah, this is the practice exam. Yep. And so I'm starting over, brand new. And like, does this question look the same as my first question? Yes. That's good. That's a good sign. It means that we're doing some good stuff here. Okay, now the next one. Is that the same thing? It's pretty close, right? So in a certain league, this many of the 14 teams, I'm guessing they're meaning all 14 teams, just like we saw it just last time, had one, blah, 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 blah. So I'm going to say parameter population. The other ones would be down here as well. Yep, I like this. Yep. Cool. So I would say that, and then you can hit submit even now and see what it is. Now there's for speed's sake, I'm not going to keep doing that. I have a special button right here. You don't have this, I have this, and it can tell me if I'm right as we're going, just so that we're cool with that. Okay. All right, cool. So same definition. Watch out. They're meaning all. Keep cruising. Okay, so here's some more definitions. Again, I'm just going to give you the Chad version. but I would say, make it for you as well. So we got nominal is names and labels. Names and labels. We got ordinal. Ordinal is like an order or a ranking. We got interval, which I would say is like both negative and positive, numbers. Okay, so by negative and positive, I mean like AM, PM. We got BCAD. Like these kind of situations are still negative, positive. If you can have a negative number, or if you can have it like two different sets, that like AM, PM, BCAD, temperature, right? Degrees Fahrenheit, we can get negative and positive, right? What about bank accounts though? Could a bank account be negative? Technically, no. Oh, you think so? Well, then there you go. if you have allowed the bank to give you a negative, I suppose mine doesn't let me do that. But I would say if it doesn't, sure, right? So ratio though is no negatives. So no negatives. I would say it like stops at 0. So we can definitely say not just maybe a bank account, but like cash in your pocket. You can't have a negative cash in your pocket, right? Books, pages in a book, right? There's only so many pages in the book. Exactly, 0 pages. It's not a book anymore. Your weight, your height, anything that's numeric, as age. Exactly. Yeah. So this one says, yeah, makes of computers. Oh, hey, what's up? Sorry about that. So ratio, no negatives, stops at 0. Yep. Sorry about that. So yeah, makes of computers. I'm guessing they're like saying like Dell, Hewlett Packard, blah blah blah. I guess I don't know, but like you said, nominal. It's probably nominal. I can check it. See, so I'm gonna keep checking just as I keep going. Okay, cool. Yeah, true. I would probably say that's nominal favorite color, because it's just a name and it's not like you're listing them out. If they had said your top 5 colors, that's a little different, right? Because we're saying you're listing them out in a list, like an order, a ranking. Here, it's just literally one name. Does that make sense? That was a great question. Excellent. I love it. Okay, cool. And that's exactly the kind of stuff. So heights. We already talked about this one. Can you have a negative height? No. So then I would say ratio. Because again, that says no negatives. No negatives. Let's check it. Cool. You can see that these same definitions work for multiple questions, right? Yeah, these are new ones. Okay, so I'm going to scroll down a little bit. Let's start with the random. And I really don't have a definition for random. It's just random. That would be just a random thing, okay? We have systematic. I'm going to do stratified. Let me do stratified. Oh, I didn't spell it right. Well, I just erased random. Sorry. Stratified. I'm going to try to write better also. It's kind of hard. Okay, stratified. I would say, again, Chad version, a little bit of everyone. A little bit of everyone. So whenever I'm doing a survey, I want to make sure I get a little bit of the males and a little bit of females. I want to make sure that I catch a little bit of folks taking a class in the afternoon, a little bit of folks taking a class in the morning. A little bit of everybody. We got the cluster. I'm trying to put it in the order in the workbook. Cluster is everyone from a single group that's physically connected. So everyone from a single group and that are physically connected. This is just Chad's version, okay? Physically connected. So that's everybody in a zip code. Everyone who has the last. Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, sure. Of this stuff right here. Sure. Um, So cluster, everybody with the same zip code, everybody with an area code, a certain area code, everybody who has the last name starts with A. You're feeling me there? Physically connected somehow. We have the systematic. And this is just Chad's version. I say it's every K person. As an example, it's like every 10th person, every 100th person, every 50th person, whatever it is. It's just like a every so often. Convenience. I can't spell convenience, so let me try that over again. Okay, so convenience is easy picks. And like I was saying in class as an example, I was saying like you're standing outside Walmart and asking people to do their survey, blah, blah, blah. It's really easy just to stand outside Walmart and ask people to do that kind of thing. Most people run away, right? Y'all run away when people come up in Walmart? Yeah, I do. I try to. But then I'm just such a nice guy. And I'm like, I don't want to take your survey, but I don't want to be rude. Oh, that's clever. That's clever. Yeah. So we're talking a survey of customers from the database, select 60 and ask them their level of satisfaction. So he's just looking through the database and selecting 60. Is that everyone connected somehow? Last name, area code, nothing like that? Is it convenient for them to just pick the top 60? He didn't say top 60, did he? It's not every 60th person, and he's not trying to get a little bit of everybody either. So this is kind of like my default. It's like it's just a random thing. See, that's correct. For random, oh, I chose simple random. I did not actually. I don't have a good name for it. It's almost like I would say it's like your default, if nothing else makes sense. It's just random. I don't have a good Chad definition. It's like my fallback. Okay, cool. I'm gonna keep cruising with this. Okay, let's see what else we got like this. Here's another one. Customer opinion on safety. They select 140 service centers during a week. Oh, during a certain week, and surveys all of the customers there. Sorry, I clicked the wrong one. Um, Everybody from that service center. Well, I know it sounds like that, but yeah, to me, it's like everybody's cluster. That's just my opinion. I'm saying that it's everybody from that one. Yeah, see? Um, when they're grouped together somehow, and here they're all from the same service center. Yep, exactly. Cool? Okay, cool. Keep cruising. Again, you practice them too. They'll randomize and stuff. Okay, so bias. These are things that I literally do not know right now. Response, sampling, non-response. What I would say to do it proper is I would go back to the workbook and I'm going to find those back in the chapter 1 stuff. That way I know that I got it down correctly. Unthankfully, most of it is like blanked, and I'd have to go and fill it back in at some point. Let me see if I can find out where this bias stuff is. Sampling. Okay, we saw those just a sec. Okay, here. Error, non-sampling error, bias. I don't have these written down. I'm going to try my best here with the review, but they are here, and of course I made the videos and stuff too. And if you want, I got pictures in my. You can take a picture of my stuff. So it says what kind of bias could happen, and a lot of this is educated guess, I would say. So a survey mailed to residents has a low response rate. Non-response, right? Because they're not responding, right? So a survey that pertains to feelings about federal income tax does not include this. So they're not including some people. Yeah, they're not doing the right sample. Exactly. Survey of college students asked to disclose how many hours they study. I think that they're going to try to say good things, right? Oh, I study all the time. See how it's rather than not responding, they're responding, but differently. And then finally, survey tax revenue, identity, something fraudulent detections. Yeah, from tax. Okay, survey conducted by tax revenue collection agencies, sources of deductions. Yeah, I don't know either. You like sampling? Okay, let's check it. Okay. Well, see, notice that it says I'm pretty close. Non-response. Well, let's try this one then. No, they're. Well, how can I? Yeah, how can I have it? I tried all of them. This one? Oh, I can't. That is so weird. Well, how can it be going? Well, whatever. I just didn't see it right. So this one's a little weird. But now you've seen where it is in the workbook. I would say when you go back through this, you can write your own definitions down for how you feel about it. Again, non-response is where you're not responding. Response is where you're saying the wrong thing. I guess here fraudulent deductions is no, I don't do fraudulent deductions. See how that I'm responding? I'm just responding badly. And then the sampling is when you're not including everybody. Okay, keep cruising. So same kind of idea here. A retail store manager suggests shopping habits. Select 60 customers who enter on a Saturday morning. Only the Saturday morning. That's all the time you're ever going to get this. So what's wrong here? Are we only including Saturday morning shoppers? What about Saturday afternoon shoppers? Right? What about Friday shoppers? You see how I'm sampling the wrong people? I'm excluding some. And then what's a possible remedy? What do you think? He's trying to get shopping habits. So he's just selecting some people on Saturday morning. That's it. Okay. So they say one of them's wrong. I'm thinking that it's the systematic that they're wanting. And so I'm saying the way you're surveying is wrong. We need to do every fifth person coming in regardless. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, it doesn't matter, you know. It is way early. Yeah. Yeah, chapter 1 stuff, page 14, 15. Yeah. Yeah, I think it's here on page 15. I'm pretty sure it's page 15 stuff. This is what I'm thinking. Anyways, so now you know what's going to be on there. All right, timeout. So what we just did was we did 8 questions and they were all multiple choice. That seems pretty cool, right? Because it's fast. You just kind of click on it and get it done. This one's going to be a lot longer. Okay, and that's fine. We're going to do it together, okay? I do want to say though, this long question is worth just as much as the other ones. Yeah, like if I'm understanding how this works, this question here, this long question, all of this is the exact same amount of points as this guy right here. Yeah. Yeah, so you do one little thing wrong and it takes it down. And that's the thing. When it comes to these multiple choice, it's much harder for me to add partial credit. And so if you can write something down about why you're thinking this or that, it helps a lot that I can look at it and say, "Oh, it's justified proof that they were on the right track. They just clicked it wrong this one time." You know what I mean? Here, what if you put like, I don't know, the answer was 80 and you put 81? I mean, come on, I'm going to give you credit for that. That's easy, right? Oh, yeah, definitely. Numerics are easy for me to kind of see if you're going wrong or right. But again, multiple choice, man, that's tough. Because, like, you just clicked it wrong. I don't know how to explain it. What's up? Yeah. 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 Oh yeah. Right. So I'll be looking as much as I can. I want to add partial credit for sure. Again, though, those multiple choices just tough because it's hard to justify something. So discrete continuous. That's another definition I could definitely talk about. And those are things that are pretty easy. So discrete is, again, this is all Chad definitions. I would say these are like whole numbers, versus continuous are like, oh, I didn't even spell it right, are like all possible decimals. That's how I would explain that. I would say all possible decimals. As a quick example, I could say, hey, how tall are you? And you're going to say, 60 inches, is something like that. So then if you're going 60 inches, well, are you really exactly 60.00000 inches? Or are you 60.0125876? You know what I mean? There's a little bit of play in there. And that's where I would say that's continuous, right? I say, how old are you? And you're going to say, oh, well, I'm 23 years old. Or are you 23 or are you 23 in 2 months and 5 days and 28 seconds? You kind of see what I'm going with there? But then I say, well, how many pages are in your book? You either have a page or you don't, right? That would be a whole number, I guess. So, okay, what are we looking at here? What are we looking at here? Yep, TV counts. Like how many televisions you got. You either have a television or you don't. Discrete, exactly. So it's going to be discrete. Um, Whole numbers. There it is. See, that was Chad's way of saying it, and my math lab did well. They're copying me. I know. I'm just playing around. So it says how many of each of these guys. Um, let me see here. I can maybe. There's a few ways we could do this. Correct. I like that. Now here's the thing with StatCrunch. When it comes to these more simple problems, you need to be trained in what you're going to do. Okay? So I hope that you're practicing and stuff. Exactly. If you know what you're doing and you're going to sort this and be fine, good. Data, sort, I select the var1 column and I hit compute. To me, this is super easy. And now I can just count how many. But if you're on the test and you're like, wait, what did Chad say about it? Whoa. If you can't remember like what you're doing, then that's not good. What I would say is manually just start counting, okay? If you cannot remember and you're like, man, I'm wasting time clicking trying to find something, then you're wasting time. Stop it. Just count it manually. How many zeros? 1, 2. Move on. You get what I'm saying? So it's a balance. What's good for you? You're taking this test. So yeah, Chad can do this, but what are you doing? So okay, I got 2 of these guys. I can see that. And I'm looking here at those. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, you can. Oh, because of -2. See, there's all those tricks. That's a good thing. That's good. So all the 2s. I'm gonna just count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Oops, not that. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And however you need to do it. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then yes, 1. There we go. You can add them all up to double check, or you can just keep flying, because if you're off by 1, I'm going to see that and say, oh, I'll add points, because that's what I do. So now relative frequency. I'm going to take each of these and divide it by the total. Exactly right. What I'm going to do, again, I want to make sure that you're understanding. This is just Chad. Chad's going to do what Chad does. Okay, there we go. So I'm going to start dividing each one of these by the 40. So 2 divided by 40, 15 divided by 40, 12 divided by 40, 6 divided by 40, 4 divided by 40, 1 divided by 40. Okay, so those are my decimals that I'm going to just type in real fast. Notice that I got done with all those. I could just kind of look over and start typing them in. Oh, yes, you will. Yes. Yeah, if you want a hand calculator, that's fine too. You just ask for one. Say, I need a little calculator. They'll give you one for sure. Okay, here's a perfect example. Look. Oh, totally wrong. I'm totally wrong. I'm looking for that. That's why you have a human looking this stuff over, right? Because that's going to happen. Is this going to happen to you? Probably. What if you forget to put a decimal? The whole thing's wrong. But like, I'm going to look that over and I'm going to see it. Oh, that's a typo. You feeling me? Here's if you saw the other one earlier, I had typed it like this. I'm looking for that too. I got dyslexia. Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. I had someone do that on their algebra test I was looking over just today. And like I saw literally the same number, they just flipped it. I was just like, well, there you go. I'm looking for that. Okay, so it says what percentage for 3? So 3 right there is the 15. So again, I'm shifting it over. It's 15%, right? Percentage for 4 or more. So I'm adding these two together. Exactly. If you can do it in the head, then do it. If you want to do it on the side, that's fine. Um, if you have questions, tell me as we go. Okay, keep cruising. So it says, which is the best graph? I'm gonna try to go back to StatCrunch, but honestly, I could probably look at it. Like if I'm looking, I got 2, 15, 12, 6, 4, 1, right? So it was go little, big, down, 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 down. So to save time, my guess is B, right? A little bit, boom, and then da 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 da. And then it's going to ask for the same thing, same graph. Always relative frequency and frequency are the same graph. Always, 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 always. There it is. So yeah, is look you knew it before I pull it up. That's good. That was good though. Yes, and it's skewed right. So as far as the skewed stuff, what can you put down? I mean, it's up to you how you want to approach this. But I do something like this. Yeah, skewed right, because it's on the right side, little tail, right? You could put tail on there. Yep. So then skewed left. Yep. It's however you want to remember this stuff. This is your note card, you know? As long as you're not putting examples. And that's the one. Let's talk about examples. So this one here, if you go back, they're going to say soccer league, blah 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 blah. If you're copying this sentence down, that's an example. They don't want that. Yeah, but like so, if you're saying a percentage from like all teams, that's not an example anymore. You're not saying soccer league 43%, blah blah. You know what I mean? You're just saying, hey, look for like if it's in this particular right here of the teams, like that to me it means everybody. Oh no, no, that's not good. You can't. Yeah, because they need. If you put the specific numbers, that's the example. Well, since that's a general number, we can talk about that. Yeah, I'd have to. Right. It's no, I totally agree and understand. So, just so that you know, the Math Lab people have the final call on that. So you would go to Amanda and say, Amanda, is this okay or not? I'm telling you what I'm pretty sure I know, but she's got the ultimate call. Yep, very good. That was a good question. That was a good question. Yep. So here's another one. You can see this is a copy paste. It is literally a copy paste. I'm not going to do that one because it's the same thing. But you feeling me? I'm going to keep cruising, okay? If you have a question, you tell me, okay? Here's another one. It is similar, but it's not a copy paste this time. So I'd rather do it with you. You can see that they have like two different columns, and they say what's a relative frequency. Okay, so this is what I'm going to do. This is what Chad does at least. You could, not that. I'm going to try something else. And again, yeah, you can. I'm a little bit scared with the histogram one because sometimes it's weird. But yeah, there's yes. If you know what you're doing, then do that. Yep. I'm a little cautious about it. So they say they didn't give me a total. I just want to find out how much is the total of this thing. So each one I'm going to divide by the 611. I'm doing this just like the last problem. And again, you go ahead. 100% true. I agree. I know that they're well, because I get nervous and I'm on the test and I'm looking at it and I can't remember what button to click. And so yeah, if you know it, if you know how to do it, do it. Oh yeah. Mm-hmm. Like to me, like I have to say, like I'm nervous. I have a lot of questions to answer, and they keep staring at me. These proctors keep staring at me, right? Yeah, Amanda's always looking at me. So I get nervous. So like what I'm doing is what Chad would do under pressure. If I had like no other options and I had to go pretty fast, this is the way I would do it. If you want to do it, that's yeah, sure. No, that's fine. And that's good. So yeah, back and forth, I'm fine with it. So yeah, if we did Stat Crunch, and again, I can't remember specifically, but I think if we did the graph, I think histogram, I think I'm gonna hit compute. Um, Maybe it'll tell relative frequency if you click a button somewhere. Relative frequency, and then you can kind of like, I'm not getting the same numbers, but there's a way to do it. Okay. Well, you could show me later. I see, but that's the thing. I don't know, and that's kind of the part. Like, yeah, everybody's got their own style. Sure, sure. So I got 4, 7, 16, 70, 270, 240. So these are like pretty close, but everything else is growing really fast. And so I'm looking for one that's like growing, 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 and then a little bit at the end. Bloop. And again, the same graph for both frequency and relative frequency. See, there's my, yep, always the same graph. It says, what's the percentage from 14 to 17? That's these guys right here. So I'm going to go back up. It's this number right here. So 1.15. 1.15. I mean, again, I could just look over at my my numbers right there if you like. And then finally, it says less than the 13. And that's just these 4 right there. So at the top, when I shift it over 2 decimals, I think it's only going to be this. And you can verify. Let's say that I had my number 0065, whatever it was, and I'm going to divide it by 100. I think it's times it by 100. Times it by 100. That's my literal answer there. Okay, check answer. Yay, that's good. Cool. Kind of feeling me? You kind of do what you do. You know, you practice, right? You know what's best for you, and that's a good thing. So here's another one. This is different. This is on there. Like every single one I've been doing is on there. Okay. Like I wouldn't be saying, oh man, let's do something that's not on your test. Not at this point. That's a lot of numbers. So this will be StatCrunch for sure. I don't know exactly how we're going to do it, but I'm going to try to do it. I mean, you could. I'm gonna see what they're wanting. So they want a graph, and I think I know how to do this one. I'll try that one. And then they're going to talk about the skewed. This stuff here, that's summary stats. That's an easy one there. And then we just multiple choice it. So here's the thing. I already know the easy ones. Chad already knows the easy ones. Stats, summary stats, columns. Okay, now again, everyone does their own style. I'm going to say I remember how to do those. And so it says find the mean. Well, I got the mean. Look, 0, 5, 3, 6. Oh, whoa. 3 decimals, right? Says M, that's the median. So I'm looking for the median right there, 0. Okay, so far so good. I already knew those answers. So what measure of central tendency is better for all this stuff? Okay, I'm going to look back over here. So let's try to figure this stuff out. I'm going to try graph, and I'm going to try histogram again. But this time I'm going to do a starts at. I'm going to say it starts at 0. And then the width. Notice that each one of these blocks, you see, it's going from 3 and then to 4, but it's like 2 of them in there. So it's like you said, the 5. If I did at this much width, right, because I'm cutting it in half, compute. Did I get something that looks really good? Look at that. That's like spot on the same. Oh, where did it go? D. Was that the only one? Okay, yeah. See how it's spot on? Awesome. Yeah. Okay. So it says, what's the better version here? I literally don't know. I would almost want to say median, but then I'm just getting 0. So I don't know this one. I think it's going to be median. Median skewed right. Now let's check answer here in a second. What's this? Oh, skewed right. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Oh, I thought you were. I was taking a guess. I think it's because if you're skewed anyway, then you should choose median. Yeah. And so that's an awesome thing to write down on the note card. Let me see if I got my thing here. So I'm going to refresh on this guy. I'm just writing this down to like show like, hey, I'm writing stuff down. But yeah, if it's skewed, then we should be using the median. If it's symmetric, then we're going to use the mean. Cool? That's kind of like my go-to on that one. Okay, keep cruising, right? Are we good with that? Keep cruising. Let's see what else we got ahead. This is on there. I remember seeing this. Look, another multiple choice. It's not all 8 parts. So what if I had done the first 8 and skipped down to this number, right? What if I skip down to the number 13? I mean, you're going to have a different number set, of course. But like, skip ahead, multiple choice, hit it, keep going, keep going, keep going. Get all the multiple choice out of the way first, right? And then you probably, if you did it right, you're probably at least sitting at a 50, probably a 60% just right there by literally clicking for 5 minutes. You feeling me? This is how I would suggest a test, okay? Keep cruising. So it says, which one has the higher standard deviation? Like, how much more spread? Who's got the more spread? You like B? Yeah, I like B as well. So B, well, I mean, it could be B there. Histogram B has a higher standard deviation because the bars are higher than the average. Letter B, higher standard because the distribution more dispersed. Yeah, right there. The spread, right? I'm going to check it. What? Oh, you mean those numbers? Ooh, that's mean, isn't it? Oh, good one. Thank you. Yeah, you got it, man. That was awesome. And this is why we're checking this is a practice, right? That's why we're checking ourselves. Submit it. See if you're right. Go back and check it again. My goodness. I know. I know. Notice that here we're going from 30 to 70, but this one's only 40 to 60. So this one has less spread. This one has more spread. Just because the number's on the bottom. Ooh. So if you want to do a note, okay, so they're going to do something about spread or standard deviation. Look at numbers on the bottom, right? Stars. Whatever it takes. Thank you. That was good. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Mm-hmm. Well, that's it. That's all part of it. Exactly. Because in the same kind of zone, because they're traveling 10 instead of 4, they got more spread. Very good. Hey, that works too. Yes. Hey, that works too. That's good. So I would have got that one wrong. Yeah. And then I would have pleaded with Chad, please. I know the concept, man. I didn't see what they're talking about. Thank you. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, well, yeah, and justify your claims, right? And it's best to justify them in the work in the. I like it. That's funny. Don't you see on my paper? There's tears all over it. I get wet. So we got this far away from the mean. As with knowledge of this, it depends. Suppose that I mean this is on there by the way. I saw this earlier. So 35 inches is blank standard deviations away from this. Didn't they say right here 3? I don't see any other standard deviation stuff, right? Sample standard deviation. Okay, so this is what I'm thinking. Again, I'm not 100% sure. This is why we're doing the practice. Yeah, I have 17, and somewhere along the way we're going to 32, and they say that the standard deviation is 3. I think. So how many 3s do I have to jump to get there? Is it 20, 23, 26, 29, 32. So I had to jump once, twice, 3, 4, 5. This is just me guessing right now. I don't know. We're going to try it. It said, part B, is 32 inches far away from the mean? Yes, because it's more than 2 standard deviations. I can see that. And then they say, suppose the standard deviation is a 9. Okay, hold up. So we're redoing the math. I'm going 17. I'm going to jump by 9. So that would be what, 26? Am I right? 35. So like, and 32 is like right here. So that would be like 1 and a little bit of jump. That would be a no because it is less than 2. Check it. All right, good. Okay. Did you see how that worked? Yeah. And it doesn't have to be perfect science here, right? We don't have to do all this crazy math. I'm just like, drawing a little picture and boop, 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 boop. And then we're like saying a little yay and he's smiling and stuff and whatever. Not exact science here. We good? Okay, cool. Do you like my little drawings? That's why you're taking a picture? Oh, you're good. Pictures are great. So, we're almost halfway done with this. Let's keep cruising. It says, hey, what's the mean standard deviation? StatCrunch. Not even thinking about it. StatCrunch will do it for you. No worries. The one thing about this, ooh, it's not hard though. The one thing about this is that they're wanting to do summary stats group bin data. And the reason why is because we've got 2 different groups. 2 groups, 1 column. Do we have only 1 column here? Like here, let's go back. Do I only have 1 column? So then I got 2 groups. And we have to pick which ones, obviously. Age, and I'm going to just use the number. Those limits, I don't think I've ever used them, honestly. I don't know if you all have. But I'm going to do with the number. And they're wanting it, these 2 here. Notice that this is the little sigma thingy. And do you remember which kind that is up here? Yep, the population. So that symbol is the population standard deviation. But what is it in StatCrunch? Do you remember? Yeah, unadjusted. Very good. Yep, that's right. Unadjusted. It's the weird one, the one that doesn't always come up. So unadjusted. And those kind of notes there are really good. Or you can have little s, means again the sample standard deviation. You can also do it for the mean, but they're both the mean. They're all the same mean. So both of those are the mean. Make sense? I'm just writing it down so you can see I'm writing it down. Compute. Uh-oh. Now, this is not a StatCrunch problem, okay? I know it looks like a problem. Amanda might come over and say, I can't help you, because it's actually your problem, not hers. Correct. Basically, I need to do these decimals a little differently. And so and I don't like how this is on the exam, but I'm telling you how it is, okay? So if you see that, let me go back. This is one of those triggers in my brain, okay? When you see this, and you might want to write that down or take a picture if you're a picture taker. If you see that, you're going to change those decimals into whole numbers. So I'm going to do that real quick. Yeah, that's fine. See you later. Thank you, guys. So I'm changing those decimals into whole numbers. Like here, 254. Oh, here we go. 254, 345, 235, 223.9. Yeah, I can't say anything right, but you get the idea. Okay, so this is the one I'm going to use now. I hope that you wrote it down like, oh no, there's an error. And and I need the unadjusted again, don't I? Unadjusted. So Amanda might say, uh-oh, that's not good. And then she'll actually look at it and say, that's something you need to do. That's not a me problem. That's a you problem. Are you feeling me? Are y'all understanding what I'm saying? Okay. Because it's not technically a real problem. That's just we need to do it ourselves. Here, let's check it. We're good. So all I did was I changed these numbers into whole numbers. So when that error pops up, because it's going to happen, you're going to have this on your exam. I don't know what question number it's going to be, but it's going to pull up and you're going to say, uh-oh, oh wait, I remember now. You change it. Good? Good. Cool. Okay, let's keep cruising. Let's see what else we got. Yeah, we can do those. Those are easy. Same kind of problem. Picture, we'll figure that out. This one I'm kind of scared of. So let's try to figure that out here now. Okay, so StatCrunch for sure. Not worried about that. Stat, again, do we have a single column? No. So I have to use multiple groups. Same as last time. And I'm going to do the unadjusted stuff too. And this time it works. It works the first time because I didn't have any decimals. You feeling me? You might have this one and it works the very first time. Super cool. But it might not. And then you have to do their little thing. Yeah, 1 decimal, exactly. So if I'm rounding 1 decimal, that's 80.0, isn't it? Technically. We're going to check it. Yeah, we're going to check it. No, I'm okay with checking it. 8.0, oh, 1 decimal, it's 8.1. Cool. So as far as what is it looking like, I'm just looking at these right here. So we got 1, 300, 1,000, 1,409. So it goes up, 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 down, down. Up, 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 down, down. And what kind of shape would that be? Is that skewed left or right? Symmetric, very good. Bell-shaped, symmetric, yeah. Now it says, according to empirical rule, 95%, blah, 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 blah. Okay, yeah, now let's talk about that. The math is going to be pretty easy once we do it. I haven't checked it yet. I can check it right quick. I'm going to do these 2 zeros. And yeah, it seems like most of it's right, but we'll see. We're going to triple check in just a second. Okay, so what does it mean by empirical rule is that bell curve? I highly recommend you writing down and copying down this bell curve. Probably a lot better looking than this one. But like the 34s and the 13.5s, you've seen it, you've used it. This is 68 versus this right here is the 95. That kind of stuff, right? Yeah. 13.5? 2.35. That I don't know. I actually don't remember past that, which means you probably don't need to know. And then, of course, we also got 50-50, right? From both sides, 50-50. So all that kind of stuff. And yes, copy it down from the book. or the workbook. So it says 95%. That's going to be all this zone in here. Essentially, we're going to do 2 jumps, 2 standard deviations from the mean. And the mean we already found was the 80. And so I'm jumping by 8.1. So I'm going to say add 8.1. What's 80 plus 8.1? 88.1, exactly. And I'm going to add another 8.1. That one I don't know. I'm going to use a calculator. There you go. Yeah. I'm slow though, so I have to check. 88.1 plus another 8.1, 96.2. And I'm going to subtract a little bit. And then I'm going to do it one more time. Okay, so these are my 2 endpoints that I was looking for. It said, hey, between what 2 endpoints for 95? So 63.8. Perfect. Let's check it now. 100%. Yep, there it goes. So everything was good. Yep. So that worked out this time. Yep. Are y'all cool with that? Yes. All right. Awesome. Awesome. We got a couple minutes. I want to keep going. Yeah. What's up? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Sure. Sure. Mm-hmm. I'd have to look, but I definitely get you. Yeah. So in this particular case, I'm thinking 80's right only because there's the 9 after it. You can see. Oh, I know. Yeah. 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 Oh. Oh. Yeah. 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 I understand. So right here it says round to 1 decimal. So like the answer I have will have to have 1 decimal, and that's why I use the second to last decimal to tell me what would happen there. So like I would normally, like, if I'm just looking straight, I would say it's 79.9, done. But because that one right outside of it would round that next one up. And so, yeah, it's like, yeah, you're right, 79.9, but it's this dude that's changing the others. And then it just cascades, honestly, in this case. It's like off by 1 always. No, that's fine. Here, so yeah, 60.5, if this was your answer and it said 1 decimal place, then you literally keep it because it said 1 decimal place. And so like you're good. But if you had 60.5 9 or 60.58 or something like that, this guy will change it. Yes. Mm. Well, show me whenever you find it. Yeah, we'll figure that out. I understand. I understand. And I'm looking for that on the test. Like if you put 79.9, the answer is 80, and that's 100%. I'm going to give you that credit. That's yeah, definitely. Oh yeah. Right. I get you. We'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. So Z scores. Bring it back, guys. Here we go. Z scores. This one's something you need to know. It's on there for sure. So here we go. Z is equal to whatever value they have minus the mean, and then divided by the standard deviation. So that's your formula, and you can rewrite it however you like. A lot of folks do different ones like x minus mu over sigma. That's fine. I'm more of a words kind of person. So your note card, your decision there. So it says the mean time for an auto race is this with the standard deviation that, and he got this amount. So already I can start putting this stuff in, and it would look kind of like this here, 88, and then all divided by the 329, right? And where do we go with that? Yeah, calculator, right? Just go to calculator for that, dude. Here, let me just get rid of this here. So here we go, 185.95 minus the 186.88, 329. And so I'm just writing this down. You do whatever you want to do. You don't have to write it down if you don't want to, but I like writing it. It helps a little bit so I can, copy it down, make sure I got it. 8. So it'd be 8, 3 exactly. Yep. And then we do it all over again for the next one. I'm just going to real quick, because it's copy paste here. I just want to see if I do this, did I get some of it right? Yeah, so I got one of them right. That means we're in the right track. So as an alternative, you could just type it all in at once. So for example, I see that we have 1119.92, 112.2, 109, and then I can just put that right in. Do you have to write it down on paper? No, you don't, because I see what you type. I know exactly what you're doing. It's up to you if you want to write some stuff down so that I'm like, okay, now I know what you're going with here. Because like if you get it wildly off, then Anyways, so it says which one had a bigger victory. The further away would be this one, right, Sam, because it has a lower one. Or I would say, just for me, it would just be a bigger number, but they're trying to say lower because it's more negative. Let's see, there you go. Cool. This is why we're practicing. I know we're leaving right now. Let me just see what the next one is right quick. We'll pick this back up next time. So copy paste, same thing. I want to look ahead just a little bit. Okay, hold on. Outliers. You could probably find out the outliers just by looking at it, probably. But we'll talk about outliers. Fences, lower and upper fences, talking about this quartile stuff. I don't know what they mean, so we're going to figure that out later. Scatter plot, that's easy. And look, it's all multiple choice again. All multiple choice again. Yeah, this is easy stuff here. Look, all multiple choice again. So like a lot of these even, yeah, we're going to do our little, stat crunchy thing. It's fine. But a lot of these going forward, it's probably going to be a lot of clickety click. Is that okay? Any questions? We will finish this up on Thursday. Thank you, guys. Yeah. I can do that. This guy right here? Yes, because it's a bigger number technically to me, but they're saying lower because it's more negative. That's how they're playing that. No, they'll staple it with your paper. Yep. Yes, they will. No. Here, let me turn this thing off right quick.